Stop! Sure you want the rest of it?
Dirty Harry Minute. Dirty Harry Minute. Dirty Harry Minute Podcast. Dirty Harry Minute Podcast.
Every penny's worth.
Welcome to Dirty Harry Minute, the only podcast in the world that reviews every minute of the 1971 Warner Brothers classic, Dirty Harry. I'm your host, John, and I'm joined with Tim.
Hi.
And as ever...
Hello.
And Glyn.
Hello.
Our guest.
Yay, I'm a guest.
Back for your last minute.
I know.
For now.
For now. So many great memories.
Have you learnt anything you didn't know?
That maybe...
Brackish water?
That maybe we're putting too much thought into this. Like, because if each episode so far is what, like 15, 20 minutes?
It's been around that.
So, what is the... like, it's 100... How long is the movie?
Yeah.
98 minutes.
So
Speaking
how
of
much
timing-
content are we going to produce time-wise for a 100-minute movie?
It's not 100 times 20 minutes and then divided by 3 or 6 to get the hours, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying that we're going to produce... Well, you are going to produce quite a lot of content.
So if you've got a long journey to work, you know, you'll be able to cram in, 5 or 6 of these in,
That's
in
right.
one
Exactly.
little drive.
Exactly. No, I get it. It's like the people that are interested in this stuff, they want to have everything sort of delved into. It's like the YouTube is filled with, you know, people tearing apart like a trailer and talking about a trailer for 20 minutes. So,
Well, it's my favourite film. I mean, if I was going to commit so much time, it would be this movie because I love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or Police Academy.
Or Police Academy.
Or police, yeah.
You going to do that one, Timmy?
Masterpiece.
I'll be up for it.
Speaking of timing, Glyn, we've just identified the DVD Australian copy we have. The time code is different from your
Slightly
Blu-ray from
different
Britain,
time
isn't that
code.
right, Tim?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to correct listeners and go off my Australian DVD in the future. So sorry if some of the events have appeared in the minute previous. This minute, however, begins with a man continuing to walk along a high rooftop
Yep.
and ends with that same man scooping up a shell casing, or is it bullet casing, Glyn will correct me, with a thin black pen.
Well, the bullet is, of course, the thing that goes flying.
Uh-huh.
So,
Duly noted.
yeah, so it is the shell.
The shell.
Yes. Right? Like, that's the thing. The bullet is the thing that flies out of the gun. Like, yeah, a gun shoots bullets.
Well, Tim, any thoughts about this movie? This minute, I should say.
Yes, not much really happens, but it's a great shot of the skyline.
Just more great shots.
Yeah.
And of course the sound of the trumpet in Lalo's soundtrack, which I incorrectly identified as happening in Last Minute. We hear that now. It's very...
Yeah.
I wonder if that was intentional or just worked out that way. Or is it just my image of thinking of that great blue vista? There's
Oh, no, it was
tugboats there.
intentional because where they do scores, they like sit there with the movie playing and they like play along with it to get all the timing right. So, yeah, no, that was definitely intentional. Yeah.
What
cool.
What about for you, Trent, this minute? Packed with
very
excitement?
very similar to the previous one. You know, a really good sweeping shot along with Schifrin's music, particularly the little drum pattern is sort of speeding up a little bit. But yeah, you know, it's kind of just an establishment of the location, I suppose, and
Siegel loves his establishing shots in this movie.
yeah, I don't know if you're kind of establishing the character, but you're not really reading much from him because you don't really see his face, or you know, he's just doing his job.
Is he a pretty man, Glyn? Handsome man? Can you tell this man?
I don't know.
Don't know yet?
He looks kind of... He's kind of skinny and he's got weird hair and shit.
He's just had all that shit blown on him as well.
Yeah, exactly.
The roof.
Yeah, he just had all the scummy vapor blown on him. So I don't know.
Clint the Vapor.
You'd have to ask,
Right.
you know, a heterosexual lady.
Well,
Yeah.
more to the point, would you figure he's a policeman?
He does look vaguely copy,
Man of
but then again,
authority?
there's always that thing where he looks vaguely copy, like from a movie.
But also because he's just been shown on the swimming pool rooftop with other cops. So
Yeah,
maybe,
exactly.
Maybe a sort of
it's all about
thinking,
context,
yeah.
I think. because he is also wearing like a V-neck sweater.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, you don't really consider that like, yeah, I'm a tough guy, I'm going to put on my V-neck sweater. Like, but yeah, I mean, because the whole thing is, this is of course the end of the movie, but of course, remember, like, because the whole thing is you think about him as being a detective. I mean, he like detective inspector and all this kind of stuff. That's very British, detective inspector.
Yeah.
But at the end, remember, when he pulls out his star, he's an inspector. His little star badge doesn't say detective, it says inspector.
Yeah.
So he's
right.
Inspector Callahan, not Detective Callahan.
Obviously, in the next installment, have you seen that, Glyn? Magnum Force?
No, I haven't seen that.
No, that's
before.
very much... It's not just procedural, it's a real... Harry does a lot of forensic work in that movie, which you don't see here so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was something that did also get me, especially with this bit when he finds the bullet casing, and about how different... Well, about how... Why is this guy doing forensics? Like, why is he picking up? Because, like, nowadays, he'd be like that. Wow, yeah! And then it'd be like, a bunch of guys just like, we got a partial, another partial, some more partials.
I don't know what's going on.
And like some fibers and stuff like that. And it's like, we got a trace of DNA from his cigarette butt and all this kind of stuff. And then some guy would put on their sunglasses and make a snappy line. So, yeah, I remember kind of watching this and thinking, like, I don't know if this is an accurate depiction of police work in the 1970s.
It's a nice, delicate black pen he's got, too, isn't it?
It is a nice,
thin,
delicate,
yeah.
and he uses it in a very delicate, controlled way. So I guess he must be a gentle lover. Like...
Now, Tim, it looked sort of like he'd stumbled on the bullet by accident. Do you think he was just obsessed? He was just really engaged in looking down at the pool.
Well, that's maybe if you take a literal, like, what they're showing you is what happened, but for all we know, he spent 1 hour up there looking.
Exactly.
Enjoying the
point. That's the whole thing. Like you said, he's enjoying the view, and you kind of see him, like I made the joke before, that he's probably staring off, talking to the sky, telling it how to be a better president or something. But, like, he's kind of staring off in the sky. And I remember having this thought, because then he, like, kind of, like, casually turns around and finds the bullet casing. And it's just like, what are you doing taking out the view, man? Get back to work. A woman is dead. And you're like, yeah, what a lovely view.
And he's up there by himself as well. There's no other police presence on that side.
Yeah.
Which is a bit... I don't know if that's normal or whatever.
Indicates he's a special inspector.
Yeah. He's inspecting.
He's inspecting.
I thought the blood trails in the pool were quite nice. Not too... Once again, there's not that much
They
blood.
lingered. Yeah.
I suppose the blood has been... She's drowned in her own blood as well, so it's most in the lungs.
Well, and that's
Dr.
probably
Glyn?
because that's the whole thing is that when you look at the opening shot, she's shot in the shoulder. Like right in her shoulder blade. And so that's actually the thing, is that if she's in a pool, she probably would have died of blood loss, not actually from the gunshot.
Yeah.
The gunshot wouldn't have hit any vital organs. It might have damaged her lungs a bit, but no, I mean, she was like hit right in her shoulder blade. And so, yeah, she probably actually died of blood loss more than anything else.
It's a very nice scene. I wonder how they put just some food dye, some vegetable dye, dyed red in there.
Maybe. Well, high fructose corn syrup apparently with red food dye is what they use a lot now.
There's some good ketchup later on in the film.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, the bank robbery one when he looks down at his leg and it's like,
thought it was
yeah,
just
that
paint,
blood.
red paint.
And because maybe that's the whole. Maybe they're actually doing that on purpose. Because remember, he in the later one, and he's like eats a hot dog, and he's like, it's what you eat for breakfast and lunch and dinner. And so maybe that's the kind of like indicting. It's like, this is what happens if you eat too many hot dogs, people. Your blood is like ketchup. So. Yeah, I mean the weird thing is as they're panning across, you see that there's another building and it's got like a bunch of smoke, what looks like smoke or vapor, which maybe makes me.
You love that aspect, don't you?
Well, it's more of this like, is that how air conditioners worked in those days? You had like big fans and a bunch of steam coming off all these buildings. That sounds filthy.
No,
like-
Harry's filthy.
Yeah, he is. He's dirty.
There was something obscuring the camera, I think, as it was panning over the... Did you notice that on the left? Like maybe something was in front of the lens?
Oh yeah, maybe a
I
little
don't know.
bit. Yeah, yeah.
I do like seeing the gravel or the pebble dash or whatever it is on all the buildings at the top. Is it actual gravel or...
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
stones there.
I was just thinking, do you think that they kind of didn't really have a choice as to which building they were going to film at? Because I assume that's the highest one in San Francisco.
Yeah, be up there. that pyramid building, I think, probably doesn't have a lot of space
Because
up.
we didn't mention this, but when he's on the rooftop of where the swimming pool is, does he just deduce that that's the building the sniper must have been on because it's the only other tall building around?
I guess so, because you
He's
see them
crouching
when
down,
both of the cops
looking
are
up.
leaning down and they like look up at the taller building, and so I assume that's the building that he.
Well, note, he's the only one that looks up.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, intelligent
while the
man.
other guy's weirdly fondling her face. That's right. Yeah, now I remember.
I steal the crochet
Yeah.
costume from
Yeah.
forensics for my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So weird. And then, of course, there's the filmed in Panavision Technicolor.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, Panavision. Yay, Technicolor. I won't nerd out on that stuff, but yeah, I could talk at great length about Panavision and Technicolor.
There's some good behind-scene shots in the mayor's office with the Panavision camera and Don Siegel directing that scene later on if you
They do.
want to get your jollies.
They do nice stuff.
They also, I assume, timed all of the editing and whatever they filmed so they could fit all those credits in.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. They probably did that. Can you imagine doing takes and they're like actually being like, oh no, wait, you need to walk slower, like amble more aimlessly, Clint.
Like I was saying,
Like-
they could have had an hour of him just searching the rooftop.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. And again, more Lilo Schifrin. He's so good.
Magic.
Sorry, Lalo Schifrin.
Lalo.
And I think did he get his credit shown
Oh, yes,
in
he
that?
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got his credit shot. Yeah, which I like that he has like a really important.
Yeah, it makes me want to
Clearly.
be a drummer. Just all those fills.
Oh, totally.
No, he had to start them up again after you finished them.
Yeah. Drummers, man. I always tell people when they're starting to play guitar, it's like, I'm starting to play guitar. No. The world has enough guitar players. It's like, play drums. Learn to play the drums, man. There's too many guitar players. So it keeps going. Oh yeah, that's right. So they're carrying the girl's body down the steps.
Yep.
And I remember thinking,
Delicately enough for you, Tim.
Guess so.
Due
It's
respect shown.
from afar,
Yeah.
they were doing a good job.
Yeah.
Assume no one can see her because have they put a blanket
they
over
put,
her?
yeah,
Oh, they have,
she's
okay.
covered up. But it makes me wonder, like, are they going to walk her? Because they're at the top of a high-rise building. Are they going to walk her down the stairs, or are they going to take a dead body in an elevator?
Or dumbwaiter.
Yeah, or in the dumbwaiter, or even in the service elevator. But that would be kind of weird, you know. You like going to work in the morning and stuff like that, and a bunch of cops. Like,
What's the alternative though? Just a helicopter.
there is, yeah. I mean, that would be the other alternative. Is it'd be helicopter? But I guess this is what. How does this?
This is
stuff-
reality. This is
It's
what happens.
expensive.
Yeah.
She's
Like,
already dead. Why don't I just piff her off the building? Save a lot of like back pain and stuff like that.
Well, they spent the whole next bit, helicopters going around the city trying to find just, a needle in a haystack, a sniper on a rooftop, so they can afford a helicopter to evac the...
Exactly. But no, you're right. Like, it's reality. Like, how would they get a body down from the top of a high rise?
question.
Like,
It's a shame it wasn't on the taller building. They could have thrown her in that dirty water.
yeah. Oh, totally.
That's why Harry was looking there.
Yeah.
Not for the bullet or the rifle. Yeah.
Yeah, looking for other
The
victims.
shell, sorry.
The shell. That's right.
Well, Trent, are you happy with this minute or just more continuation of
Well,
minute
continuation of the previous, yeah, absolutely.
4? Well, unless you've got anything else to comment, Tim, I think I'll call this minute to a close.
I have more.
You got more, bring it out.
I've always got more. So, what the hell is Harry chewing?
Yeah.
He's chewing like a lot in the first scene, like because remember later on when he's
Now,
in
this
the,
I
in the
didn't
later-
notice. Well,
Pardon?
this I didn't notice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like he's chewing gum or a mint or something
Okay.
at the end.
Yeah, or a hot dog still.
Yeah.
Like because he's just always chewing hot dogs.
I don't floss.
And yeah, like I said, get the bullet casing back to work. No, that's it. Then the rest of it's all about the next scene. But yeah, that stuck out to me as well. Like, what the hell is he chewing?
To help with the nerves. I remember, is it Michael Jordan? Was he the one who always chewed gum as he played?
Yeah.
And I think that was something to help calm the nerves, keep cool under pressure.
Really? Yeah, true. Actually, that's a good point. It also makes you wonder: is Harry trying to quit smoking?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's not much smoking in Dirty Harry.
no, exactly. Maybe it was the 70s
I don't
and they were
think
trying to.
so. I didn't, to tell you, I didn't notice that. Was he doing the previous minute when he was walking down the street?
Not
Not
noticeably,
noticeably,
but when
yeah.
you see him in that shot, you'd notice like when he finds the bullet casing that he's like chewing and stuff like that. And that's what I'm saying. He's like shooting the shit, checking out the view, chewing on some gum, and he's like, "Oh, some evidence. I better do my job." Like, yeah.
You never noticed that, John?
No. No,
Did you
legitimately,
ever?
I haven't. No.
Oh, really?
Never noticed it.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess I've
come
been
to the
looking at the
side.
view.
I think you see it probably in the next minute when he picks up the note.
I'd be interested to see if it's something he does in the rest of the movie, absent-mindedly or whatever. It was just
Sometimes, but not as much.
yeah, things to look out for. Well, Glenn, thank you very much for joining us on Dirty Harry Minute.
A pleasure. It's been great.
Can we entice you to come back on future episodes?
Of course. Yeah, I'm totally into this. Yeah.
Maybe your opinion of Keanu Reeves will have changed by then.
Nope. I think, not the best actor, but entertaining and seems like a decent dude.
But doesn't like Panavision. Or can live without Panavision.
He can live with... No, well, he used Panavision lenses. That's the whole thing.
Oh,
is
right.
that they are the people that essentially solved the anamorphic lens issue.
Okay.
And they became so prevalent that it's like when you see anamorphic photography, there is like an 80% chance that it's probably a Panavision lens. And they look very nice.
Do they make the cameras as well? You know how you see the picture of Panasonic written on the film loader bits?
So what they do is that they essentially... So most companies, most stuff in Hollywood, you rent it out.
Yep.
So what they do is they're actually a rental house. And so that's why they say that they can justify spending all this money on stuff, because they will spend money on making something really decent and then use it for 10 years, renting it out like every single week. So yeah, and they do that now with digital cameras. So the idea is that they take an existing camera and then they test the hell out of it and figure out what they're going to do to improve it, and then they make custom lens or customize some of their existing lens to fit, make sure everything works. And so the idea is you come to them and you say, Panavision, I want a camera that can do this, and they're just like, there you go.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Glyn.
My pleasure. Thank
We'll
you very
see
much.
you in future minutes on Dirty Harry Minute.